Even when you are exhausted, letting people treat you badly or changing who you are just to. Have you get the two differences now? So, giving yourself, another example is that to remember that a simple way to remember it, giving of yourself means generosity with balance. While giving away yourself means self-lose, self-loss, and over-sacrifice. Okay? Now we have got a difference now. Let's bring it to ourselves. At what time, young girl, young boy, at what time do you give away yourself? At what time do you give of yourself? If you have a healthy relationship, yes, success, Victoria, please listen very carefully. Michelle, what we are saying here today is about healthy giving should never cost you your sense of self. If it does, it is no longer kindness. It is self-neglect. If you want to give yourself out, if you want to be useful to yourself, it's giving of yourself and not giving away yourself. Even the language can depict to you that one of them is not that you are now making yourself like a slave to somebody, even no matter what. There are things happening, some girls or some boys, even though they have their, where is Angela? She mentioned that as toxic relationship. Use the word toxic relationship. Even though it's toxic, you don't care. Like most girls who follow after Yahoo boys, even though they do that, is their life is not safe. They still believe that, they still go on with what they are doing. In other words, what do you say? A girl knows that this guy is using girls to make money, and this guy approaches her for love, and they are now dating. Then what do you think the girl is trying to do? Is he giving up herself or giving away herself? Good. So, what can I advise yourself? Are you also willing to give away yourself or you give of yourself? Will you be in a situation where it happens that you can give away yourself? Why do some people do the latter? Why do some people love to give away themselves? Why? Okay. Yes. The question is, why do some people do the latter? The latter is, why do some people not give it away? It's there now. The first one is, what's the difference between giving of yourself and giving away yourself? So now, which one is better? In the statement there, giving of yourself is common now. Then giving away yourself is what? Later, is it not? Now that was that you're asking, why do some people do the later? Yeah, why do some people give away themselves? External pressure. Good. Or prepare groups. Okay. Do you agree that? Good. Now, how can we prevent that? As a church girl who is preparing for marriage, because not today, not tomorrow, but near future, we will get married. I can remember, not to mention something, I've been able to marry, they don't want to. Some say, I don't know marry. Some say, husband and wife say, my husband, please let me sleep with you before you go. Then, so who go and then say the husband. How do they come? They don't even sleep together. When you are getting pregnant. So let's go. You are preparing for marriage. Whether, like I said, either today, tomorrow, or the near future. So why we have already said that peer pressure or some external things. Okay, what do many people believe chastity is? Not having sex before marriage. That was what people believe. Okay.
Something essential in life.
Okay.
So, believe that before you go into marriage, you should be able to know the sex capabilities of both parties.
Okay.
So that you can easily, if it is something that you can deal with, you decide there and then that yes, I should be able to deal with this one, even in marriage. Then you're going to do that tomorrow. Then
Now, as a Christian, what lesson are we teaching? Is it of the Lord or from man? Is it the man's opinion or the Lord's opinion that we shall check before we go in? So, as a church, do we imbibe man's opinion or God's opinion? Good. So, like what Paul said, we shall obey God rather than what men. So, young girls that are just coming, who are just virgins, please note that you should not know. Like I said earlier, before I start, we have secondary virginity and what primary virginity. So now chastity is not just believing that you do not give yourself to a man, or you a man do not have woman to, Now, what is really, and why shunning impure thoughts about sex at any time, even in marriage? What is really, and why is it really? Not having sex before marriage, is it important? Okay. Physically or spiritually? What of physically? Eh? I want communication to Europe. Don't shy away from this discussion because we are all human. Whether you like it or not, you can hide from your parents before you come out. Yes. Now, if you get relationship and you are in a relationship with a boy and you are not minding God's law not to have sex, and you go ahead and have sex with this guy because you love him. As what God said, what I love you, I can die for you. You don't die for him. I give yourself to you, die for him. You know that? I don't know if you don't know that. Stop it. For you giving yourself to me, you have died for him. Yes, because you are there already. You are giving him your virginity. That's the crown you are giving to him. Yes, you have died. You died in that aspect of it. Now, this man now said that, and after some time now, we now see you that what externally is looking for is not getting from you again. His eyes now go to another person now. And now, you become like an old rag for him. If this person you are being with him for some time as your date, as your lover. So sometimes you just go without inviting, you go there, he was very happy. But the day when you start to see that he has gone with you, and unknown to you, he hasn't mentioned to you that he has gone with you, you go there. Next scene and see you, what happened to the person? Will you be happy or angry? Meaning that you are what? Overstay your. But if he has not looked with you, this one on one, you never know how you are, like what you said. You never know how you are. And you want to, maybe it's your body or whatever you want. But now, the question is, this guy has come to you, not having sex with you and gotten married to you, but this guy is something else. What will you do? Would you now get say, because of this and that, I'm going to leave him? Or will you now say that, well, as I know, I will have slept with him and know how he is before accepting him? Which one will come to your mind? Will you regret why not sleeping with him to know him before you accept him as marriage? Or will you say, God, thank God? You will regret. You will regret why not sleeping with him. So it means that, I want us to understand something. Virginity is important. And that in those days, if my daughter is getting married, and if somebody has seen her nakedness, which means that if she has defied herself or having somebody, then not that man, not marry that woman, that girl, and then she gets married to somebody, believe that she's a virgin, because I'm boasting that my daughter is a virgin, and then at the end of it all, that the daughter that she's given her in marriage, given her as marriage is not a virgin, me, the father, will pay money to the man that she gives marriage to get married. But it's a cost to the father. But it's why the daughters of a priest, like myself as a priest, they will burn you alive. Yes, they will put fire on you and burn you with fire. So because of that correspondences that they don't understand, fire is love. And because this person has gone into the evil way, we have to now make sure that the person should come out or kill that love from the person. It's a process of time. But in that time, because of the correspondences, they actually burn the person with fire as the daughter of the priest. If you have done the fire yourself, so you need to. So what I'm saying is that how might the hells attack a person who is trying to dedicate him or herself to secondary virginity? Don't forget I said secondary virginity. Now, how might the hells attack a person who is trying to dedicate him or herself to secondary virginity? Secondary virginity means choosing not to engage in sexual activity, even if you have before. It's never too late to make a fresh start. A choice for abstinence will support your decision to change your focus. Now, let me tell you something, young girls. I was told by somebody who is having problem with this, how do I put it? The belief of marine spirits. Some people believe in marine spirits. Is it not? Is it real? It's real. It's real. Is it real? Saturday, is it real? It depends.
Like what you said in the morning, if you believe in it.
Okay. Now, somebody who believes in it is not telling me what I want to say. She said, and I quote, that the only way for those spirits not to possess you is not to have sex as a virgin. But the moment you are a virgin without marriage, now they said, according to her, she said, if you get married to a person before having sex, that's still have the power over you. But if you are not married before you have sex, they are taking possession of you. So it means that they are the first person You have sex without having married. So they can now enter into you and possess you. But the moment you are married, example, a virgin get married to a man before those people come, the earthly man who married her has a power over the spirit that's spirit that we're talking about. So the only way she said she to guide their people, to guide children of that age is for them to abstain from sex. So that those spirits will not have effect or power over you. But if you have defined yourself and they take over you, before you get married, your husband will suffer. He said, according to them. But me, I look at that. That's what I'm talking about. God believe. If you give heed to those things, your thoughts, because when you believe and falsify something, when you take over your senses, it will lead you toward that way, yes or no? Yes, when you believe that this is true, but this is false, this is true, it will lead that way. So what I'm saying is that me, I have told us in this house. When I was like turning or less than turning, I experienced it in my dream where this woman is coming from water. In my village, I will see her coming from water. I'm seeing her. The heirs to the back. She's coming with that naked face. Come to make love with me. And when I see her, I will be screaming till I wake up. Now, when I'm grown to marry, when the disappointment were coming, my mother now told me that in her dream, I think I mentioned it here. So now I think I now believe in my mother and carry God baby, tie her back, carry go sleep with me, then give it to my mother. Then my mother now become a Christian now. She now pack all her idols away. Because my wife happy. So what you don't believe, and there's thing we have said if you read it, you have I think when I was teaching in Africa, I have this to call the root in Holism. There's a place, a chapter there, talks of how you can break yoke. And breaking of yoke is no other than keeping the 10 commandments. Chicken. That's the only way you can break yokes. So, but then, when you don't even hold, for example, when you are a virgin, you are stealing, you're telling lies. You are having money as your God. Because you are a virgin, you think you are protected. The answer is no. So when you are chasing, it means that it involves all inclusive. And being a virgin fine is the first aspect of it. But that what I'm saying that after being involved, that it was said that if you are being not a virgin and you want to keep yourself as a secondary virgin, you face more temptation from the hell. Is he agreed? Or do you understand what I'm saying? If you are a virgin, you have less pressure from the health. But if you are not a virgin, you want to be as a virgin again, it is more difficult. It's like somebody smoking and stop smoking. Then the person already smoking at all. And he has been made to him that smoking is not good. So he keeps it that way. It's safer than the person who has smoked before and tried to stop it. He has not smoked, but he has smoked before. So he's more tempted than the person who has not even tested it. Is it true? Alright. So the same thing goes to man and woman. If you have not had sex with anybody, you don't know how it is. So your mind will not go there, whether you have sex or don't have sex. But the moment you have now defined yourself, it's like addiction. It will come to you. And before you know, one, James has come and gone, Andrew has come and gone, Dick has come and gone, Peter will come, John will come. Before you know, you're lying. Now, when you get married, look at it now. When you cannot stop, and you now in that lineage get a husband through that meet, really, the 100 is your husband. The 100th man you meet, is that what you want to marry? You have 99 persons already made your children. Now, when you marry the 100th person, will you be contented with the 100th man? That's the question. Because yes. So will you be contented with one food? So what the Lord is trying to bring us is that we position ourselves back to that life, normal life of no, don't follow the second virginity, but work for the primary virginity. But we are now saying that those of us who are just coming to the church, who are being defiled, before coming to know this thing, please encourage yourself for secondary virginity. Do you see something, President?
It's an old book, so people are only making reference to it. So you won't see it to download.
Okay. Any question? Yes? What? Okay, you don't understand primary virginity. Okay. Primary virginity is a virginity that you have not known a man. Neither have you known him. That is, you have not had carnal knowledge with what's called sex. Eh? Yes, in virginity is sex. It's sex. But then, I was telling you something, telling this church some time ago. It will surprise you. It will surprise a girl. The way I'm looking at it is that when you are always watching these movies, programs of pornographic films, you are not primarily meet with a man. Yet, you are being taken over by the emotions, everything. And what would have happened to you when you meet with a man is happening to you. Whenever time you watch those things, dangerous. The health will also be using those methods to be coming to you. And before you know, your body is opening. You don't know. Before the man will come to you, they don't see us. You say you are a virgin, then you don't seem like what? A virgin. Because you have watched these things to an extent of being like somebody who meets with a man. Have you heard the word for men, masturbation? Masturbation. The same thing like lesbianism, those people that don't want to put. Now we are trying to two women, two men, but this man to man himself, woman herself, do all those things. Yes, you think you are still a virgin. Yes, you are a virgin physically, but your mind is corrupt. Your spirit is corrupt. Yes. By the time you get married now, yes, you are a virgin, but the way you are going to act with the person you are getting married, because you have watched all these everything. So what you tell your husband, you will be surprised. Are you sure, Dorothy? You say you are a virgin, but look at what you are telling, the things you are saying. Or are you pretending? All those things that happen. And that one, if the man begin to suspect you as a pretending, it will go to devalue yourself as well. So that's why pornography is no go area. Yes. As you are trying to keep yourself both primary and secondary virginity, pornography is not something to encourage by anybody. whether man or woman should not go there. Any question again? Somebody? Now we are still in virginity. The heavenly doctrine gives us one reason why sex belongs to marriage. Now, if you are with somebody and you are giving a body to the person to give body to you, that's where people call themselves husband and what? Wife. Now, there are sometimes I ask this question. If I call somebody who is my daughter, my son-in-law, and this person has not paid bride price, and I call him my son-in-law, then this man now, or maybe somebody come to do something to the person, your daughter, in the husband's house, and this person who is calling, who you say is my in-law, want to take adultery fee. They are not paying bride price, and you are calling him my son-in-law. And now this woman, somebody want to come and defile, not to defile, I've tried to harass her, and the person is found guilty. And the time in our side, we pay adultery fee if it's a married woman. Now, the father has already been calling you my son-in-law. Is it right for the husband to take adultery? Why? Why would you take adultery fee? Why are you calling me my in-law? I'm trying to bring out what's wrong that we should not practice. So, I'm getting me. Sometimes not even you, but sometimes we can call somebody with my sister say, that's our in-law. Whether jokingly or in this, we should, as a church person, we should try to avoid doing that. Yes? Yeah? Pornography. Okay. Access will tell you. And now, those who know will tell you. Okay. In other words, the simple way is that when you are seeing other person's nakedness, you say what? Pornography is starting, but that other one is like a pidgin English and this system. So people know on that what you are calling. But then what we talk about is pornography. It means that not just having sex, okay, not just only having sex films, but also some these stories that all these you see, God will try to see them. Something that will go to arouse your ears. It's not good. Let's go to conjugal love is pure and clean because it is the love of the soul and the mind before it is of the body. Now, the church have what is called betrothal. I know, what's the name? Mary. Okay. Mary, have you observed the betrothal ceremony in your church? No. And those of us in the church have witnessed one. And I think very soon I will witness some other ones. Now, why does this thing, is it proper to do a betrothal service in the church? Is it proper? The answer is what? Yes. It is according to the heavenly doctrine that this also obtained in heaven. There's a betrothal in heaven. Yes. Not just marriage ceremony in heaven. There's also a betrothal in heaven. The ceremony being conducted by a priest. And that's why if we are doing betrothal service, people don't, if they invite people to come, they thought these people are married because they will exchange ring. Is it not to see that? They will exchange the ring. Now, when they are exchanging the ring now, the outside man will believe that they are what? Married. And when they are exchanging it, it is the never give this people avenue to access until you are come to the church. I do. Then the wedding ring pronounced. Today you are now what? Husband. Now, before that, you are already doing spiritual marriage in you, a person, in quotes. And that is why I also said, somebody asked me, how things adultery is to, through adultery, you can divorce your wife, okay, or your husband. What is the way to separate from betrothal? One, religious indifference. Religious indifference. Now, a man talk, for example, maybe as he's looking out for a woman, coming for betrothal, working together to see what they can marry, and see that this girl does not believe in his doctrine, they cannot be married. Even though they get married, they are so. And so the Lord told us that in heaven, we should not do it here. So in heaven, different religions marry each other. Only the same religion marries each other. So if, for example, that the brother is there to get married, and if he could not make his wife understand his stand, I want to tell him here and now, this is his mother. She was of the winners. But then while we are doing our preparation, she was visiting the church. Sometimes she finishes her own first service, she will come to her home and begin to observe. So at the end of the day, when she accepts all that she get from me, then there becomes so time begin to come. But if I just want to afterwards, if you are in that church, no problem. I don't think I'll have joy in the church like this. If seeing her, even when I'm traveling to my village to go for church lessons, because if she don't go with me, it's as if I'm not complete. Yes. I don't have money, that's why she cannot fly out with me if I'm going to ministerial lessons. That one is minister lessons. I'm not going to a church to listen. But I'm going for, even when I go to Port Harcourt for baptism, I go with my wife. I went to baptize somebody in Port Harcourt. I have to go with my wife. And it's a freedom. So what of if I'm a male and then somebody, the husband see her coming out from the hotel, saying she says she came to baptize. How? I get to it. After with a man saying you got baptized, you don't hear before. So make sure that your wife first have it in the soul before the physical. I get to it. Please, blessing, you prayer and rest of you who are not married, please, before you want to get married, bring your person for betrothal with the Lord first. Truly, God, somebody can read there for you, so that you must be. What do I mean by this? You are in a betrothal. She is, I want to marry her, for example. We are studying ourselves. When, without meeting the peak, now I now try to have sleep with her. Not that I'm not forcing her. We now compromise, we now and I step with her. While in the process of betrothal, I have bring this in abruptly. I have bring down this conjugal abruptly to earth. And for me to reignite that thing, to attain the spiritual to be this well, it become a problem. Not that it's not going to happen, but it will take a longer time. That's why we have wondered, if you are going on betrothal and you get sex, please, we are not going on again. Because sex is the last thing that you have to do in betrothal. So in betrothal, sex is absent. You don't have sex until the months are completed. It's only when you pronounce I do, then what is obtainable in the spirit now obtain the earth. That's the complete. Next person. If there's nobody to read number 2. The human seed is a precious gift between a husband and what? His wife. It binds their soul together. The human seed is a precious gift between a husband and wife. So it's not for boyfriend and girlfriend. That was a marriage is for men and it's for women. Go ahead. Okay, remember I said, my children, if I'm seeing any negative life in them, yes, it is from me. Yes, that's what I should know to work so that they can come out of that negative life. That the soul of a child is from who? The father, the man who conceived her. The one only take in what is of the man. And so what she is carrying is of the man. What she is carrying is of the man. And so when in a situation where the man, the character of that child became bad, men tend to give that character to women. Not so. The men always, the husband will say, see your son, see your daughter. But the moment the son is good or the daughter is good, hey, my daughter, that I don't belong attribute to the wife again now. Say, it's my daughter, it's my son. Why? We are forgetting that we are the cause. The men are the one who give it life. And what life do you give? Don't forget he has said it. Your thoughts, your affections are all given to the child. At the time of conceiving this woman, what is in your mind is passed down. And I also agree practically that if you give birth to a child in a way who these people are the real marriage and they are loving in marriage, love not fighting though, where you see marriage as they are not to marry, but this one truly loving each other, then the daughter or the son going through this kind of loving marriage relationship with father and mother, we like to get similar thing in our own time or in his own time, yes or no? Now my children cannot desire to marry a girl that will give them headache and they never see their mother. What is that? They have not seen their mother giving their father headache. And then when they find it from the woman they are married, it becomes what? a strange thing to them and make them to, when maybe one of them experience that and the other will say, no, I'm not over it. This is what you need to do. But what if now they have a measurement to measure from the mother, then the girls have to measure from the father. And now if you as a child and the father who gave birth to this son, and this child is now behaving the other way that you don't like it, please, it is your duty again to make sure that you work with the child. Next, number 3. No other person have it. Where is the vision? Number 3. Okay. Devote herself now her husband.
And the bridegroom constantly commits and devotes
to the bride, now his wife. A token of conjugal love as well.
Because it's a part of the covenant, a covenant whose end is the love, may unite them.
Why are you afraid to mention them? Into one person or one flesh. Yes. Into one person or what? One flesh. So, virginity is important. Is what? And that we are not to say that because you are being defiled, you are going to hell. No, that's not our teaching here. But that is a token that the woman is giving to her husband. Now, if you are a virgin and you are not a virgin and you get married to your husband you want to marry, what are you giving to your husband? No token. The crown that was stolen by somebody. You see, the crown was stolen by somebody. So you don't give your husband a token. You see? So to give your husband, your loved one, a token, please keep yourself away from boys or men or from women or girls. 4. It's for use. My parents.
All methods are evil for the sake of use, and the prayers to you.
Every time it delights.
All delights from their best to their last are gathered into popular law because of the excellence of its youth above all other youth. Its use is the
Propagation.
of the human race and the death of the angelic
Heavens.
and because this use was the end
Of AIDS.
of creation, it follows that all the states
Of blessedness. Happiness. Delight. Pleasantness. Pleasure.
which by the Lord the Creator could ever confer on mankind and gather into his law.
Okay. Are we hearing? That when you get married, it's only that time you can get. You can only have sex when you get married. You should not. If any sex you have outside that is the defilement. Is a defilement. Now, if you understand that, so that we should work with it. Questions are come. Why does the Lord tell us that it is important for conjugal love to ascend to the soul before descending to the body?